For nearly 400 years, Angola lived under the weight of Portuguese colonial rule, a rule built on slavery, forced labor, and fear. But deep in the heart of Africa, resistance never died. It whispered through the mountains, the villages, the workers' chants. By the mid-20th century, that whisper became a roar, and Angola was ready to fight for her soul. Three movements rose from the ashes of oppression. The MPLA, Movimento Popular de Libertação de Angola, led by Agostinho Neto. The FNLA, backed by Western and neighboring African allies. And later, UNITA, led by Jonas Savimbi, with Cold War support from the US and South Africa. Each dreamed of a free Angola, but their paths and ideologies differed. In 1961, rebellion erupted in the north, plantations burned, prisons broke open, and the war for independence began. Portugal responded with brutal force, massacres, bombings, and scorched earth. But the Angolans refused to surrender. The MPLA, driven by a vision of national unity and socialism, became the main force of resistance. From hidden bases in the jungles of Cabinda and Kwanza Sul, they waged guerrilla war for years. They had few weapons, but they had will, courage, and foreign allies. Support came from newly independent African states, from Cuba, and from the Soviet Union. The Portuguese fought fiercely, sending thousands of troops to hold on to their overseas province. But the winds of change were shifting. Across the empire, in Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, and Angola, the colonies were on fire. And in Lisbon, the people had had enough. In 1974, the unthinkable happened. The Carnation Revolution in Portugal toppled the dictatorship that had clung to empire for decades. The new government ordered its colonial wars to end. For the first time, real independence was on the horizon. In 1975, the MPLA entered Luanda, victorious. On November 11, 1975, Agostinho Neto stood before his people and declared, "The Angolan people, through the MPLA, proclaimed the independence of Angola." Fireworks filled the sky, centuries of chains had been broken. But the joy would not last long. As the Portuguese left, old rivalries reignited. The Cold War had come to Africa. The United States and South Africa backed UNITA and FNLA. The Soviet Union and Cuba supported the MPLA, sending troops, weapons, and advisors. What began as a fight for independence turned into a deadly civil war, one of the longest in African history. For 27 years, Angolans fought each other. Villages destroyed, lives lost, dreams deferred. Freedom had come, but unity was still a distant goal. In 2002, after decades of bloodshed, peace finally returned to Angola. UNITA's leader Jonas Savimbi was killed, and the guns fell silent. Today, Angola stands rebuilt, scarred, yet proud. Its cities rise, its people remember, and its story endures.